Hey man, you fixed the TV, right? Yeah, I did.
And we're literally watching a YouTube video right now.
Huh. I guess I just didn't see it. So you didn't see the plasma white screen TV in front of you? Nope. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter now since the TV works. You've gotta be kidding me right now. On to the toy review. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is your boy Joe, and today we'll be taking a look at the NECA Tokyo S.O.S Godzilla special color version. Upon first sight, this figure looks amazing. It is just a repaint of the original Tokyo S.O.S version, and the way to distinct this from the against Mechagodzilla version is this scar in the middle of the chest here. If you if let me move this arm down, if you get the proper lighting on that, you could see how the scar represents how he got blasted in the movie. But what it doesn't make sense is that this scar was there after he got blasted and not during, and this blast represents him being blasted, after, and this yellow is him being blasted during. So this would have made sense if the scar wasn't there. And this is kind of more or less kind of a cash grab. But hey, who am I to judge? Anyways, first and foremost, the detail and sculpting on this figure is amazing. It's got the beautiful little detailing, dorsal plate design. Fun fact, dorsal plates are actually really nice and malleable, more of a rubbery material to them, unlike a certain SH Figure Arts figure, which would actually hurt you if you tried to push in. Yeah, anyways, taking a closer look at his tail, beautiful segments in there. The sound is still pretty good, not SH Monsters quality, but pretty good when it comes to the tail. And fun fact, this little end tail right here is a bendy wire, so that's pretty cool. Little cool add-on that they added. NECA at the time when they had the rights, now they don't have to. And the leg design, big, really thick legs, nothing like the SH Monster Arts. Really solid figure overall. But let's take a closer look at this figure and what it has to offer. And just like the Monster Arts counterpart, it has no accessories, just like my bank account. But hey, what's to say no accessories is a bad thing? At the same time, this figure's kind of bland on its own. It could have come with an effect piece for a special color version. Maybe an atomic breath or something. But hey, I'm not the one to mix this stuff. But since there's no accessories to talk about, let's get on to a substitute. Something similar to this. But that's not too bad. The figure looks great. Taking a closer look, let's get to every, smidgen detail. Other than, he's been blasted with cheese, and it's been burnt around his crotch for some odd reason. The nice, beautiful blue effect here. Don't know why it's just on, mostly this singular dorsal plate. They could have put it on the other ones. There's some hints of blue, but it kind of looked like a 5-year-old just scribbled wherever and gave up. They decided, or maybe the guy who painted this kind of just went all out with this dorsal plate and then gave up around the rest. Look how sloppy that is. This could have been a better figure if maybe some time dedication had been put into it. I feel. The mouth looks great. If I could focus the camera onto it. Yeah, there you go. Mouth looks great, shiny. Really brings out that salivating feel to it. I know some of you are all into that. The eyes. Yeah, for this time, let me see if I can focus the camera on his eyes. Looks like he's looking right at you this time. He looks like a cat. Anyways, when it comes to Godzilla's brow, he has a really menacing brow. Now, if you have him looking like that, you could really tell that is a monster heading towards you. Just an angle like that is something. that's what was good about NECA. Unfortunately, they don't have the rights anymore. Let's stop talking about this figure's, overall detail, and let's get to his articulation. Starting off with the head here, it's on a ball joint. You can tell by the overall feel. He could look up that far, which is not too much because it's limited by this huge rubber piece right here. He could look down that far, which still isn't a lot. There's rubber pieces on a ball joint, so that probably helps him look up a little bit and look down a little bit. Some pivot to the neck, pivot to the head. Here we go. Arm moves about that far, which isn't a lot. Single jointed elbow, hinge at the wrist. It doesn't want to work. There you go, hinge at the wrist, and a movable fingers, which is controlled by a single hinge. Next up is the waist, and it is connected via ball joint, but it seems that it's too small to do, too small to be effective. So it's, good swivel at the waist, really. Leg goes out that far, which isn't a lot. Leg goes back pretty far. Knee joint is barely noticeable. Don't know why they have a knee joint if it moves 1 millimeter. I mean, it moves out that far, which is pretty good. Really hard joint to bend though. Foot is on a ball joint, all around, side to side swivel. Then there's the tail, which is connected with ball joint here, 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 and ball joint here. So that's about 1, 2, 3, 9 segments, which just for 9 segments, you get some really natural looking curves. And you can get some really natural looking S curves if you get that bendy wire working along with the rest of the tail. Now, it's not like the SH Monster Arts, but if you can't afford an SH Monster Arts, you certainly can't afford this. Have you seen the prices on these? Like, damn, they certainly rise up after NECA stopped making these. And that was pretty much it for its articulation. Now, I know that doesn't seem like much, but this is definitely a good shelf warmer. I don't know what else to say about this figure. This is kind of like a letdown, especially with its lack of accessories. There's nothing much you could do with it other than if you're good at stop motion or if you just need a millennium looking Godzilla. I'd say this is the way to go, but most likely prices are kind of high, and I'd recommend going with the SH Monster Arts version if you could, for more affordable maybe. Who knows, because, prices are rising for these ones. But enough yapping, enough talking, enough chatting. Let's get to size comparison time. Here he is next to my last review, the SH Figure Arts Iron Man Mark 6. Here he is next to the Figma Doomslayer. Here he is next to the SH Monster Arts Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, which you can see the big height difference between the two, and overall how this is a better option than this one. I say that this Godzilla is the better figure when it comes to choosing your different Godzillas. And here he is next to Lightning McQueen. And my final thoughts on this figure is that it's not the best. There's not much you could do with this figure other than some pretty cool poses. But other than that, I'd say it is a decent figure. Probably about a 6 out of 10. Wouldn't recommend if you wanted it for posability, but I would recommend if you just wanted it for itself. But it seems that is all the time I have for today. Look good, stay safe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.